Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of LUMENIGHT Lounge. We now have our adorable guest here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Gray, otherwise known as, or I guess other way, GrayCatCafe, otherwise known as Gray. And yeah, I am a cat. My name is Gray, and I have a cafe.
Short, simple, and to the point. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to start off with our usual stuff with our first opening segment questions. What made you decide to be a VTuber?
Okay, I'm gonna show my age with that question. So, I saw Kitsunevtuber when she first came out, and I was in high school, and I'm like, that's a cool idea. I don't think it'll catch on. And then I kind of just like blurred out corporate VTubers for a hot minute until I watched Sea Dog and he did a collab with Iron Mouse. I'm like, I want to do that. So I asked my wife, I was like, hey Peanut, do we have the funds to be a VTuber? And she was like, yeah, you can do that. So just went over to the computer, went to what's it called? It's where you make the little pictures with the templates that you have that they give you. I don't know. You see them all the time on
Canva?
Twitter. What was that?
Canva?
Yeah, not Canva, but like it has like you can just click and select all the like the different things to add to the picture. Man, my brain's dying. I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, I was just trying to make like a basic of what Gray should look like, and there we go. It went from there.
What made you come up with your VTuber design?
Well, first of all, the name was I want it to be a cafe theme because I was like, I wanna be cozy. I like coffee. So what rhymes with cafe? Gray. And I'm like, that doesn't really rhyme, but it works. It's okay. And cats, because in college, my roommate was always like, Gray, you shed like a cat. And I have like a bunch of hair. And there would be hair everywhere. And it's still a problem to this day. You'll just find hair where there shouldn't be hair.
Do you have like long hair or like thick curly hair?
I have thick curly hair. I've tried to grow it long, but sadly, it just will not cooperate with me. So it's just a curly mess.
What hair type do you have? I have 4C IRL.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to look this up. I would have to say at least a 3A. I'm looking at if I'm reading this chart correctly.
Now let me Google what 3A looks like. Why did it show me a Sims character?
Excuse me?
The first thing that pops up is a Sims character with like a little braid in her hair. What the heck? That's not what I wanted. Oh, because I put EA instead of 3A. I mistyped.
Okay, I was like, excuse me?
Oh, this is like a thick, looser curl pattern.
So yeah,
I see why this sheds though. That's some volume.
And that's where Gray 3 comes into play, just to match my current hairstyle.
Ooh.
Because I do like the shorter hair, but at the same time, like I kind of want to just, better reflect what I am. So yeah.
Hence, the hunt for an artist that draws that hair texture.
That too, because like everyone's like, no, you're just gonna get the straight hair. I'm like, no, I want this kind of hair, please.
But then they're like, nah, I can't really do that.
Sadly, yes.
That's why I recommended that artist earlier, because she does all types of hair types.
Hey, let's go. We'll take that.
And I know that's difficult to find. So once I found her, I was like, I'm going to keep you in my pocket.
Little something for later.
And as soon as we get some funding,
But yeah.
during the beginning of your VTuber journey, what are some of the notable milestones that you faced?
The notable milestones would have been such finding your niche. Is that what you're asking? Kind of deal? Okay, yeah, it was just like more like finding niche. Because like, don't get me wrong, playing League of Legends, Apex Legends, the big name titles is fun, but like, you're not gonna find niches there unless you're like top tier, I'm Grandmaster or something like that. That's my take on it. I just had more fun and found my niche playing comfy indie game, and that's where I am now. Like, I've made a name for myself just playing nothing but indie games, unless like I have some big collab planned or something falls through.
I find indie games like a lot more fun because I play a lot of Overwatch, like a very unhealthy amount.
Hey, I'm down to play with you at Overwatch because I need somebody to like help me.
Oh, what class do you main?
Support. Is that bad?
No, mine is support too.
Here's the thing, I have seen so many VTubers who like, what do you play in Overwatch support? Like almost everyone that I know plays support.
Everybody, but it's kind of strange because the actual player base, there's more DPS than anything.
Which is crazy because it's like, the one time I did play with someone who is DPS main, I just like hugged them the entire time, but then like I got called out by the rest of the team for just like not helping them. Like, I don't know you.
A little biased.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to be with my friend, thank you very much, and we're going to win this game. We proceeded to lose the rest of the day.
Hi, Wooby. Welcome in. And then you have one of those moments where you're like, oh no, I don't want to end on a loss. And then you keep going.
Okay, that's every time I play League.
Oh, you play League?
I am one of those degenerates who play League of Legends.
Degenerates? What?
Yeah, just because like, it's okay. Well, like, have you seen the League Twitter with the new character and like the Riot Twitter had to like mute the word feet?
Huh?
So the new character has her grippers out.
Oh wait, let me search it up. New LOL character.
Let me make sure that we're looking at the same one.
Briar?
Yeah.
Let me look at some images. Oh wait, no, let me put Briar then. Briar. Posies.
Yeah, so the American account had to mute the word feet, grippers, everything related to feet. They had to mute those words because people kept spamming it in their comment section. Meanwhile, the French account like lived with it and like put it on their banner.
What the heck?
Sorry to sidetrack, but that's what I meant by the degeneracy of like everyone immediately saying grippers for this character.
Because it's literally
But
the
yeah.
Sonic meme where Amy's like, put those grippers
away. But yeah, no, like for League, it's just like, it's like Overwatch, I can understand, like, I can't end on a loss, but like, if I have to, I have to, but League, like, you spend 40 minutes in a match, and it's like, man, I can't end on a loss, and it's like 2 a.m.
Oof. Yeah, at least like the matches are a lot shorter in Overwatch, because I think they're longer and much longer in League, and just a little bit longer in Valo.
I agree with you. I have not played Valorant in like several months because I am scared to play that game, because every time I play it with somebody, they're so much better than me, and the rest of the team gets angry with me because I'm doo-doo. And it's like, please, I'm baby. I don't know how to play this game.
Same. I played Valo once when it came out, and then I didn't play it again because I'm so used to Overwatch and Apex because they're much faster paced and a little bit.
Oh my gosh. I know. They're so much faster, and it's like I'm ready. I'm used to like I could take a hit or two. Meanwhile, Valorant, you get popped once or twice and you're dead.
Yeah, same thing with COD, but at least in COD you respawn. In Valorant, you have to wait.
Yeah, it's like, man, what can I do to improve myself? Oh, well, I'll just go play aim tracker to help aim better, but it's like I don't have reaction time. I'm very bad at that.
What am I lacking in? I have good reaction time and good aim, but I get distracted so easily. That's my problem.
I mean, I clowned on it so much, but like I have gotten unfortunately really good at Fortnite playing with friends, and I'm like, I enjoy Fortnite more than Valorant.
Not the Fortnite.
Listen, it's not bad, but I haven't played Apex in so long, and I'm trying to like plan a collab with that one, and I'm gonna come back, and it's been almost a year since I've opened that game.
I play Apex when my friends play Apex. I'm just like, hey, I'll play with you. I'm not good, but I'm just a rando you can communicate with. That's how I describe
You know what?
myself.
That's valid.
But they said that they don't play with me because I'm definitely not God tier. My aim is surprisingly good, so I can win a couple team fights, but they say that my reaction time to some things is hilarious, and my inconsistency with my gameplay is hilarious. Because there's some games where I miss a whole clip on an LMG. It's not even a clip at that point.
There have been too many clips of me playing Apex, and then I miss an entire like 2 or 3 clips on somebody, and someone clipped it, and they were like, "Hey, Gray, you had the best aim ever." And I look when I watch it, and I'm like, you know what? If I didn't love y'all, I'd ban you immediately.
I have like a couple moments where I can no scope with a 30-30, but it happens so random. I'll try it again, and it does not ever happen again.
But then you get those hits, and you just like lose your mind. Like, I'm a god at this game. I'm so good.
I'm God's gift to Apex. In the next game, I hot drop and get downed immediately.
No, see, that's the worst too. Like, you're like, okay, I did so well in that last game. Let's just hot drop. Let's do it again. Immediately die. We don't talk about it.
The game is like, child, you need to be humbled right now.
Sadly, yes.
I think in Overwatch, I'm just good at not dying a lot, which is probably why I play support a lot.
I think the only, like, because I've been told plenty, because I want to learn Ana. I really like her playstyle, but, like, every time I play her, I get flamed by my other teammates that I'm not collabing with. They're going to be like, Ana, why aren't you healing me? And I'm like, my dude, you are, like, frontlining, taking all the hits. Heals only do like so much percentage health before you just die. Also, you are purple, so I can't do anything.
Right. I hate when they I actually hate when they do that. It's like, I'm a Genji, and I'm gonna stand in front of this bastion, and I'm gonna yell at my Mercy for the heals.
Like, please, can you heal faster? It's like, no. This is as much heal as you get. So I do want to play the new one. I know the new character came out, and I liked what I saw. But that was like a month ago, and I guarantee she's been changed already, so it's not gonna do me any good.
She got nerfed and she's still cracked.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. We love seeing nerfs of a character, but like, don't worry, we fixed her, and now she's just still good. Like the guaranteed pick.
Yeah. So the only thing that they quote unquote nerfed though is that she can't 2-shot a squishy.
Oh wait, she could 2-shot? Oh no.
Yeah, so now it's like 2.5 shot a squishy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's much better.
Her healing output got nerfed a little bit. They said, oh yes, at first they were, because she had a pylon that could heal separately from her, and it just automatically locks and does it. So at first they were like, oh yeah, 75% of her healing output came from her pylon. Now 55% can come from her pylon. And I was like, oh,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So if you still place it well, you can still like pocket your team and just pew pew at the same time.
I mean, I don't think I even played during the season where they brought out, I don't know his name. All I know is that people made fun, like, just associated him with Fabio, the plant guy, the tree.
Oh, Lifeweaver.
Yeah, I didn't even play that season, so like I haven't even seen him either.
He also has grippers.
Oh my god, you're not wrong. What? We revolved back to grippers here.
He is really good though. They buffed him a lot.
Oh boy, I love it when I come back to that game then.
Because he just whips out his tree of life. I've been a total asshole with him.
Have you been like gripping your teammates and throwing them off the map?
I told my my duo, he's a tank main, and I told him that if he jumps into the enemy team one more again, I was gonna throw him off the map.
You know what? I don't blame you. I would do the same.
But I would let like an enemy tank or DPS run after me because he's really good at survivability and mobility. Because when he uses his dash, it heals you a lot.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So I would dash into like a room and then I would block him in a room with the tree. So they're just
like you're here with me now.
Exactly. The tree now gives you overhealth, so it heals past your full HP.
Oh my gosh, that's really good though.
So it's like, yay! It's like I either stuck myself in a room with people or I just trap them in by themselves and run away.
That's fair. Be like, all right, they're down a member. Please, can we push?
I usually do that to wrecking balls if they chase me and my support. I just try to lock them in somewhere.
Oh no, not the hamster.
Man, that hamster is still just as annoying as before.
Listen, anytime I see a hamster, I'm like, either you're going to be god tier or you're going to be just swinging all the time and not do anything.
Either god tier or garbo, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's the same thing with Doomfist. They're either god tier or garbo. That's it. There's no in between.
Well, isn't that like every person in Overwatch? Like, I don't think I've seen... I think I've only seen, like, guaranteed, I never see a good Ashe.
I've seen some really sussy Ashe players, like some that never miss a shot.
Oh yeah, I've seen plenty of those. I've seen plenty of like sussy Hanzos and sussy Widowmakers too.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%, yeah. Especially Widow. I think more people cheat on Widow than any other character.
I remember how somebody, I don't know why you would do this, but someone, I saw it on TikTok, someone was using aimbot playing a soldier. And I'm like, you mean the character that has a hit scan, that has auto lock on for his ult? You really needed to go out of your way to install aimbot?
Aim on top of their aimbot?
And see, here's the thing too, right? So the aimbot, it showed the perspective of what was happening. It had the aimbot was freaking out when they used their ult. Because it was, constantly trying to override the actual in-game code. So it just like the cursor was moving everywhere. I'm like, I don't know how you people play like this.
I saw somebody use aimbot with Moira.
Alright, excuse me? What do you even do with that?
They're like, of course their suck was already aiming and it made the aimbot freak out just like how you said with Soldier. But they weren't actually playing the game. They were just showing like, this is what it looks like to have aimbot on random characters. And they had the nut dust from Moira, the Healy nut dust was just locking on to people. It's so stupid.
Oh my god. Like, I can understand for like characters that have like a shorter clip, such as like a Widow, a Hanzo, Tracer even. But like anybody that has like a lock on or just melee attacks in general, could you imagine if someone had aimbot with Reinhardt?
What would that even look like?
It'd probably just be like immediately he'll just be swinging and suddenly just does a 180, smashes your face in, and then he moves on.
I guess all his pins would always connect.
Not wrong. Like he just does a quick 90-degree turn.
I can you imagine that. You know what? I feel like that happens anyway when I play Ana, when there's a Rhine.
Yeah, somehow like the Reinhardt will always, like, if you're playing any support, and there's a Reinhardt in the enemy team, somehow whenever he goes into charge, the rest of your team just disappears. It's guaranteed.
Exactly.
It's like, why didn't you all block? Like, I don't know, I didn't see him. Why are you out in the open? I'm not. I'm like 3 stories up, and this guy came up and somehow still got me.
He would like crouch walk all the way to where you are.
No, I have a clip. I haven't. It's on my channel, but I haven't like put out the edited pit of it. But like, there was a Reinhardt on the Eichenwald map, and he was on the bridge. You know, like there's the bridge that's overhanging like the big moat before the 3rd point. Yeah. And there's the other bridge before that one. So me and my duo, we saw him on the bridge, and we're like, oh, he's over there. He's all alone. Like his teammates are dead. What is he gonna do? He somehow went into the charge, jumped over the edge, jumped over my teammate, and jumped over the point that I was on, because I was just riding the point as Ana, and booped me off into the moat. I'm like, this is some BS. There ain't no way that you jumped over 3 things, still managed to hit me. I lost my game. I was so mad.
I accidentally slept the Mercy that was trying to hurricane me as an Ana, and she fell off the map.
Oh no. No, I playing as Ana and seeing a Mercy come by, it's like, I know I released that clip. It was she was trying to revive her Junker Queen who died in the middle of the map, and I didn't see her, but like we were just resecuring the point, and I saw something out of this corner of my eye, did a quick flick, and I did get reported because they were like the automation system was like, hey, so like there was some like sussy behavior. I'm like, no, it's not sussy behavior. I literally just saw her and overreacted, got scared, and I shot and I made her go to sleep.
Oh, so if you played like a couple seasons ago, you haven't even played Flashpoint yet, have you?
Oh, what's Flashpoint?
Have you ever played Overwatch 1?
I did, but it's been a hot minute. You're gonna have to remind me.
So there's do you remember the game mode control point where you gotta go to point A, point B, capture the point? So it's like that, but Flashpoint is 3 points instead. But it's the same concept.
So like they're all active?
Not simultaneously. You do have to capture 3 points, but the maps are huge, and it's like walking simulator.
Oh god, that's even better.
So
make the game more dead.
So there's those points. So every time I play those maps, I'm just like, if I don't play a high mobility character, I think I'll lose my mind. Because if you die, you have to walk all the way back to where your team is, and it will take like maybe 30-40 seconds to walk to where your team is half the time.
And then you die when you get there. It's like, great, gotta wait again.
Yeah. It is very difficult to, like, say if you had a Tracer or a Sombra trying to spawn camp you. If it gets like that, they would have to go so far away from their team that half the time it's not worth it. But, you know, there's always that one person.
Yeah.
I've never been spawn trapped like that before, but God,
I did that as Sombra. I'm sorry.
Who did you spawn trap?
Zenyatta.
Oh no.
Zenyatta got like the first 2 or 3 times he like kind of just accepted it, but like after that he would just stand where I couldn't hurt him, and he would just like stare straight at me even though I was invisible. He just knew where I was every time, so I could tell that like he was probably just typing to his team like, help me, I cannot leave.
It's been a long time since I've been individually spawn trapped. I think the last time I was spawn trapped, I was Mercy. Usually I just switch.
It's like, all right, you want to spawn trap me? Then we're gonna fight. I'll go Brigitte.
Oh, that would be annoying. I usually like if I go Ana or Moira.
See, I want to learn Moira, but like my brain, like for some reason I can't play Moira or Mercy because my brain doesn't like the swapping back and forth. I will be right back. I got a phone call from my doctor.
Okay.
How do I mute again?
M? No. We're gonna be right back when they answer their call, but until then, we're gonna have an ad play. Which type of MacBook did you have in college?
I didn't have one. I just used the MacBook and the Macs that were provided in the labs. But like that's the only thing because I'm not muted anymore, am I? Okay, I'm not muted. Make sure.
Yeah, you're not muted.
Okay. Because I was a journalism major, so the head of the department was like, "Yeah, the MacBooks and Macs are gonna be like the editing computers of the future." So like we just invested everything into them. And me and my friend laughed because we're like, "That's never gonna happen."
And here goes every single VTuber is using a PC.
I know, it's like you realize that like PCs are still like the best thing to do editing software on, right? And the professor was like, no, Apple's all the way. I'm like, okay, we'll see how it goes in 10 years.
That's what they told us in my college. When I was in, because I majored in art, or at least for my bachelor's degree, they all were like, yeah, Mac is better, Mac. And I was like, I don't know.
It seemed like a lot of professors in our time, and probably still today, are just like have some Apple stock or something, because like ain't no reason for y'all to like buy 500 Apple computers and then lose, like you can't use them 3 years later.
Oof. Oh my gosh, that is so true. Our school even offered it was so discounted, which is why I took advantage of it, but the MacBook that I used for editing actually came from my school. They didn't give it to us, they added it to our tuition, but like, it was like $1,500 for a 19-inch? I don't know, it's the bigger one. But it comes with like the warranties, it came with like accessories and everything. The usual Mac price for the MacBook we got would have been $300, what the heck? $3,000.
If it was $300, then I'd buy a MacBook in a heartbeat. No, yeah, cause like one of my roommates, our freshman year of college, we got snowed in, and nobody could leave campus, like no one. So for 3 days, we were stuck on campus, no classes, no nothing. And we decided to do an animated project. So we did some voice, like we took the sound booth, we recorded some voice lines, and he was animating frame by frame on his MacBook while I took the other files and edited on the Macs in the computer lab. And like it took a whole day to render all those files. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need a PC. And that's when I built one.
And that was well before you decided to become a VTuber, right?
Oh yeah, way before I started becoming VTuber. Like I was like, I just kind of want to have a beefy PC to actually play games, because I was playing games on like a HP Beat laptop. So it had some good sound quality, but it was not very good at gaming.
I first built mine because I had a hobby for building PCs.
Oh, you're a lot smarter than me then.
I wouldn't say that.
Listen, the past 3 times, because I've had 3 different PCs. The past 3 times, well, the first one doesn't count, but the other 2 times, my wife has had to come in and help me, because I'm like, hey, I'm not getting visual from any of my stuff. It's just like, did you plug in the HDMI cable to like the actual place it's supposed to go? I'm like, yeah, of course. And I flip it over and she's like, no, you didn't. You did it again. It's in the wrong spot. I had it going to nothing. It was just plugged into like a blank port.
Just no, you didn't.
And she just looked at me. She was like, try it again. You can do this. I believe in you. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. She's my tech support. I love her.
Oh no. What did I think the biggest struggle I had with one of my builds was something very, I don't actually remember. It's getting the PC aesthetic, because I cared more for aesthetics than efficiency, and I still do.
I mean, that's fair, because like getting all the aesthetics down, it's like I want all the nice lights, I want all of the nice fans.
It has to be pretty.
It has to be. I've seen the computers, because you know, like there's computers that like have water in them, right? And then there was one where like someone put oil in it.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen those. I'm like, that looks cool. And I want to be the aesthetic person who can put like a Nindoroid or a figure inside the PC. But then at the same time, I'm like, I know the computer's gonna get hot, and I'm gonna melt that figure. I'm gonna be so sad I'd be sad and mad at myself.
I saw a PC at one point. It was like on TikTok or Pinterest, I don't remember, but somebody had like the leaves, like the fake leaves and stuff in their PC.
Oh.
It looked like a little forest, and I'm like, how is your PC not dying? Like, I don't understand.
How is everything not catching on fire?
Yeah, I was so confused. I was so invested, but I guess that was the point, but I was so confused. I think it's one thing because they had like water cooling, but it's like water cooling isn't a god.
It's not that good, but
I don't know how they did it. I'm thinking like to this day that it's just a TikTok PC, just a PC to show on TikTok, not one to actually use.
Oh no, I've seen people put they put chia seeds in their keyboard.
Excuse me, chia seeds?
Yeah, you know, the chia pets and all that.
In their keyboard?
Yeah, they put the seeds in their keyboard, and like the keyboard was still usable. It just like they had to like, it had extra crunchiness to it.
Crunchy.
But like they were playing Valorant with a chia keyboard. I'm like, I guess like it helps with your sweaty hands. I don't know, but like I could not imagine just like feeling the blades of like literally it's just go touch grass. I literally am right now. I don't know. I don't question people who go out of their way to do that, because apparently they're a lot smarter than I am.
I don't understand. It's just like, I just imagine you got a crunchy keyboard. I would never. I own like just two keyboards. I have a Razer Huntsman Mini and a Ducky 1-2 Mini. I like small keyboards.
Mhm.
But these keyboards are so expensive. I couldn't like risk doing something like that to them.
I have 2 keyboards. I had 3. I had a Logitech was my very first one, but like it was really chonky. So then I downgraded, or I got a smaller one. It was like a GameStop keyboard because they were selling it with a mouse pad, and everything for like $20. I'm like, oh, it's still fine. And then I got this custom one with you get you put your own keycaps in.
Mhm.
So I matched the color of gray. It's black and red. But it's so tiny and it's nice. But I'll probably have to get a new one because this was again like a cheapo keyboard, and the lights are already going out on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where
So if
Throne comes in.
that is where Throne comes in. I have too many plushies on Throne, so probably adding some tech would be nice to benefit the stream.
Oh wow. What else? I don't even remember what I have in my throne. I was talking to somebody a couple streams ago about what I had on my throne. It was just a bunch of random stuff, like a cushion and this really cute pink mug. I don't even remember.
If I remember correctly, I have plushies, some booster boxes for cards because I was gonna do a card opening stream, foreign snacks because I want to do like a snack stream, and
Ooh.
video game cookbooks because I want to do a cooking stream too.
Did you see the Stardew Valley cookbook?
I did. I immediately added that. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, hey, anyone who is nice enough, just go ahead. I will 100% make something from this.
For my birthday last year, I got a Avatar: The Last Airbender cookbook.
Oh, I have
It
to
was
ask:
pretty good.
is there a recipe pertaining to cabbages in that?
Yes.
Of course there is. There has to be.
Right? There's like 5 different cabbage recipes on there.
Really? Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Poor guy. And I remember when I looked at Avatar and Korra, there's a new generation of the cabbage dude. It was so funny.
Are you ready for the Avatar movie that's coming out?
Yes, and I hope it's not like the last one.
Oh, please. And then I want to have high hopes for the Netflix version of it, but at the same time I'm like, please, can we stop with live action animation?
Yeah, I would rather really not.
Or I mean, you could be like Disney and be delusional.
I don't know why Disney is like so awkward when it comes to, I don't know, it's like you have one job and you're failing.
Did you hear what they want to do with their latest live action animation project?
No, what did they say?
They're like, hey, so people like the Lion King, people like the live action Lion King, but what if we did an animated Lion King?
Do we not already have an animated Lion King?
No. We want to do an animated version of the live action version.
Why would what?
That is everyone's thoughts. Everyone's like, you already hit success from the 90s. Why would you do it again? And they're like, but the live action did so well. We can just imagine that the animated version of that would be so much better. Again, I'm not a CEO. I have small brain, but like that is what they want.
Who asked for that is my question.
Look, who asked for a lot of the like I think I've watched every, or correction, I have not watched every live action Disney remake because like every time that one comes out, I want to give it a benefit of the doubt. I'm like, maybe it's good. Maybe it'll be okay. And just, I come out of the theater and I'm like, well, at least I didn't pay for the ticket, because I only go if like mother-in-law wants to take me, because I'm like, I'm not gonna pay for that.
Yeah, because theater tickets do cost a lot.
Oh god, theater tickets cost like, I only go on matinee, so that way there's nobody there, and it's the middle of the day, so I don't have to worry about anybody or children for that matter. I can enjoy an animated film.
I don't understand why they would do. I'm still like kind of shook that they want to animate an already live action.
You know, they just really want to, you know, deviate themselves from the classic films.
Like, make it make sense. Make it actually make sense.
They're just like, hey, if it prints money, anything, we'll do it. But it's like, all right, y'all, can y'all like animate something? Because I as far as I know, I don't think they can do Tarzan.
How come? They did everybody else.
They did everybody else, but I think because Tarzan, the family who owns the estate who owns the rights to it, they don't want Disney making any more stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't really blame them.
Which is why, like, there was like so many Tarzan movies like in the 2010s. It's because the family was like, hey, we need money, so like anybody who wants to make it except you, Disney, can have it.
Except you, Disney. Everybody else can have a shot except for you.
Sorry if I go on a tangent about movies. I have a film degree as well, so.
No, go right on ahead, because I don't know too much about movies. So please, enlighten me.
If it comes up or if you have a question, I am down to try to help or answer anything that I might not know. And if anybody wants to correct me in the comment section, whatever, have at it as well.
Oh, let me hit you with that. What is the worst live action you've seen?
The worst live action?
Yes.
Anything that almost all of the anime live action adaptations, but I would probably say the worst would be like probably Netflix's Death Note.
I did actually end up watching that. Of course I didn't like it, but
I will give them one pass, and it's because Willem Dafoe as Ryuk was god tier casting and looks wise. It was so good.
He did look really good. Like the way they animated him was pretty cool.
But the only downside is like, just I don't know, just like anything. Like it's hard to make a live action anime look good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it's going to be high fantasy, and high fantasy CG looks kind of jank.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will give exception. I have not watched a One Piece one. Mainly because I don't have Netflix anymore. So I will find it like the Straw Hat Crew. I will become a pirate to find a One Piece. But anything like I would say that like definitely if you do a live action adaptation of any romance series, because it's easier to do. But at the same time, I don't want to have to watch the billionth live action romance reanimated series again.
I haven't watched the One Piece one. I was gonna take my dad's word for it because he was like, oh yeah, it was great. And I was like, wait.
Your dad watched One Piece?
He watched the movie, but he's never watched the he's never watched the show or anything before.
Oh.
So I was like, why don't you watch the show first? And, you know. And he was like, nah, it's too long. And I was like, oh my God.
You know what? That's valid. I mean, as for me, like, I don't think... Because, like, have you gotten your parents to watch anime before?
I think which one did my dad say that he liked? Oh my gosh. My dad liked Ghost in the Shell.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one to get into, though.
And my mom liked Inuyasha.
Hey, you know what? We love a classic. Waking up at 3 a.m. hearing that theme song turn on.
Oh, the one with Sesshomaru in it.
I remember, like, my mom was the one who got me into anime because she watched one of the Gundams. I don't remember which one it was, but, like, she loved Gundam. And she wanted me to watch it. So I would watch some of the episodes with her. I didn't know what was going on because it's Gundam.
Yeah.
And so we went to movie gallery for. I'm showing my age here. Look, I was born in '94, y'all. I had to go and pick out movies from a shelf to take home. There was no such thing as streaming services.
Yeah, you had to get the DVDs.
Yeah, you had to get DVDs. You had to hope that they were there and that somebody hadn't taken it. But we rented Princess Mononoke.
Ooh, I love that one.
That is my favorite one, but to show that movie to a 6-year-old is pretty traumatizing.
Yes.
Because it is, like, you don't think about it, because, like, you see Ghibli, you think Totoro, you think Spirited Away, and you get to Princess Mononoke, and there's nothing but gore in it. So much blood is in that movie. And it's like, it's okay, it's Ghibli. And I'm like, for a 6-year-old, do you realize how many nightmares I had hearing the music of the forest spirit? Like, the forest spirit music was horrifying to me as a kid.
Just the music?
Yeah, the music was what scared me. Because it's whenever, spoilers for a 20-year-old movie, by the way. When Ashitaka dies, and, like, he's in his spiritual form, and the Kodama are in the trees, like, swinging and whatnot. It's just very creepy to me. It's still creepy to me today.
You do have a point.
But,
I think the one thing that traumatized me in an anime was, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get into Naruto because everybody said that Naruto was really good, and I went on Disney XD when they were showing it.
Oh no.
And the one scene that was happening was when the Uchiha family got murdered, so that was the very first thing I saw. I just saw everybody died, and I was like, what?
But yeah, my mom introduced me to Ghibli, and the anime went from there. And then my stepdad was not a big fan of it. I'm like, just try this and you'll like it. And I gave him Death Note, and he fell in love with it.
Oh, that's good.
And then I showed both him and my mom Code Geass from there.
I love Code Geass.
Listen, you're one of the few people who I like. My wife does not like it, and you want to know her reason why? The politics in the show kind of bores her, but she's more annoyed that C2 is drawn so inconsistently.
Inconsistently? She seemed pretty lanky no matter what I see.
There are some scenes, and I've gone back, and like there are some scenes I can kind of agree with her, where like C2 will sometimes have a booty and sometimes she won't.
I didn't pay attention that hard. Now I have to look.
Oh yeah, I was like, Peanut, you really focusing on like other parts of the show. She's like, but the show puts it right there for you. And I'm like, I'm not looking, but like, if you insist, I guess I will later.
I did not focus on that. I did not focus on that at all. What the heck? What did I focus on? Oh, I actually did focus on like the politics and stuff.
I mean, the politics was pretty nice for like season 1, and then season 2, I kind of just like mind dumped everything that happened in the previous season. I'm like, who are you again?
I did get a little bit confused when they were talking about, oh my gosh, what were they saying? They were talking about Colin's name, like how she was like half and half, like half breed. Because I was like, what is going on? Because I think I missed a part or something. Because one person was like, oh yeah, Colin Kochki, Colin Stodville. And I was like, wait, what? You lost me. What happened here? What other random anime did I get into in the younger days? I also like Ghost in the Shell, but that was a good series. I don't know how I felt about that live action though.
Oh no, that live action was, I went on opening night in college, and there was only 3 people in the room with me.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I was living in a big city during college, so like there should have been more people at this movie. But I'm like, it's got Scarlett Johansson, And that's all I know, because I don't remember anybody else in that movie because I erased that movie from my memory. But like, I watched that movie and I was like, man, this sucks. I don't like none of this.
Sheesh.
And it didn't help, like, just because of how they wrote everything to like pass over the reason why we cast ScarJo for this role.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
They were like, here's the MacGuffin, the reason why. And I'm like, no. That's still kind of like weird and wrong, but you do you, and it'll be a commercial failure.
I don't know why they. I mean, they only did it for clout more so than anything. Let's
100%.
be real.
It was like, hey, ScarJo is big right now. Let's just cast her in everything that we have, even if she's not correct for the role.
Yeah, like she's a good actress and everything, but I wouldn't put her in that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I remember, like, at the time, people were complaining, why didn't we cast, I forgot the girl's name. The girl from Pacific Rim 1.
I know who you're talking about, because I did actually like Pacific Rim. I don't
Yeah,
remember her name, though.
I love Pacific Rim.
That was actually a really good show. Show?
Movie?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, correction, there was a show. There was a show on Netflix. It wasn't good. Like, it messed up the lore so bad.
There was a show? Oh, yeah. Wasn't it animated?
Yeah, it was called Pacific Rim Black. And it made the lore complicated. And I was like, okay, fine. But listen, I'm here for the Godzilla Pacific Rim crossover that they promised us a long time ago.
Oh my gosh, why did they do that?
Listen, it's about to be as crazy as the Fast and Furious Jurassic Park crossover.
What?
Universal owns the rights to both Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park, and they were like, hey, what if we had these two movie universes like together, like they share the same universe? People are like, oh, that sounds cool, but it sounds really stupid. And they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna do it. No, we said it's stupid, don't do it. Oh, we're gonna do it? So at some point in the future, they want to do a crossover movie.
Like, they're not joking about it? Like they're
not joking about it. They want to try to make it work. And I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna make this work. If you do, congrats. I might watch it and turn my brain off for like 3 hours.
What? Why would... I don't understand why they would do that.
Just because.
Just for funsies?
For fun. I mean, can you imagine just like Vin Diesel just shouting family at the T-Rex? He's got, I don't know, the T-Rex has guns for arms. I don't know. It's gonna be stupid. I can't think of a way to make it work. There's no reason for it to work, but they want to try to make it work.
I don't know what to... But of all things, they say Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park. I just imagine Vin Diesel like chucking a Lamborghini at a T-Rex, I guess.
Yeah, no, that could work.
I could definitely see that more than anything.
Have you ever heard of the contract between Vin Diesel and The Rock?
No, what does that have?
So, the reason why The Rock's not part of the Fast and Furious franchise anymore is because they made a contract for each other to where, hey, we can only punch each other so many times because I want to look tougher than you. So, like, if you get 5 punches, I get 5 punches. And you can't have one more than me, and I can't have one more than you. Just so that way we're even, and we look manly.
And we look manly.
And I'm like, that's the stupidest, like, most testosterone-filled, like, contract. but like the blows have to like be the same amount of damage. It has to like have the same amount of impact, and it's the same with Jason Statham as well. That's why Jason Statham's not as much in it anymore, because he wanted the same idea, but like his contract also added a point of there can't be a definite winner. Like the fight has to end abruptly, or like no one's about to win. It has to be ambiguous for the audience that I'm the tougher man.
Is someone actually keeping track of all of this?
Yes, the stunt crew, like someone released like a spreadsheet of like how many times they could punch each other and like in the stunt fights. I'm like, this is, I don't know why y'all go out of the way to do this, but go have at it. If it's how you're gonna get paid, you're gonna get paid this way.
I am learning more and more every day. I'm learning a lot more than I thought I would about movies.
Well, there you go. I'm glad to provide.
People are so weird.
Yeah, movie contracts tend to be that way for odd reasons.
I know that the scary movies that's been coming out have been getting a little better and better.
Oh, thankfully. Like, oh god, when was the last scary movie I watched? I don't think I've watched a scary movie in a hot minute. I think the last one that I watched was like back in college. But I mean, I'm ready for the FNAF movie, though I don't want to go when there's going to be children all in it.
You have a point. I actually didn't consider that. I don't know how I didn't consider how many children would be in a FNAF movie of all things, but...
Well, here's the thing too, right? I'm looking at my calendar. It comes out October 27th, which is like perfect. It's Halloween. It's a Friday night, which means that children are going to be swarming this movie theater. But I'm like, man, it's going to be filled with kids on a Friday night. I am not going to watch this. I'm going to have to go like on a Monday when kids are in school to avoid like anybody.
Like a Monday morning.
Yeah, like as soon as the theater opens, oh yeah, it's lunch. Kids are in school, right? All right, I'm going to watch this FNAF movie to avoid all of them.
I guess that would work. Unless
it would work.
Unless a whole bunch of kids are like literally taking the day off just to see that movie.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that would happen. Just to spite people.
Just to spite people.
But I mean, I think the last movie I went to go watch was the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. That was pretty good. I like that.
There's a new one?
It surprised me because I was not expecting Ice Cube to be in it.
What?
Yeah, Ice Cube is the voice of the antagonist in the movie, and it caught me off so bad.
Thank you for the head pats, Rainer. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, John Cena's in it.
What?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's names that you don't expect, but I like one key point too of that movie, right? Is that people were upset that the kids, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the movie were acting, quote, cringe.
I mean, aren't they actually literally teenagers, and aren't teenagers cringe?
Not wrong, but like, here's the thing, right? So obviously, they are not part of human society. They are away from them. And so they get all of their knowledge of human life from TikTok and social media.
Yeah?
And I'm like, no, that would make them think that that's how people are.
That's true though.
Because like I remember it was one particular scene to where like even I was like uncomfortable because I was like, this is what they would do, but they were okay. You're on TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the I forgot his actual channel, but like give me the sandwich on the Aki way.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
So they started quoting him in the montage.
No way.
And they were like, "Hey, we're gonna get the pizza the Aki way," and like April is like, "Don't do this in front of people. It's weird." Yeah, that's the last movie I want to go watch.
Oh no. Or they start cooking all the sketchy food that people put on TikTok.
Yeah, like they were just like, "This is how people. This is what people eat. Human people, right?" And they're like, "No, we don't do that."
I know it. I understand that this is what you saw, but this is not actually what happens. Gosh, and then you have to explain all of that to them. It's like, oh my gosh, that would be horrible. Like, how do you explain to a person or to a turtle, like, that's watched 50 hours a week on TikTok, to just tell them that this isn't how we do things here?
They also made Donatello into a weeb, and I kind of love it, but at the same time, it was just weird seeing a Gojo sticker on his bow staff.
A Gojo sticker?
Yeah, they actually put a Gojo sticker on there, and then like he makes references to Attack on Titan the entire time, and it's like, this is great if this would have came out like a year ago. But like, I'm still down for it.
Well, I mean, at least I have more personality.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we got so on a... I go on a tangent, like, I need like a tangent section. I need to add that.
Oh, that's fair. I do the same.
Yeah. Like, once a podcast, we need to go on a tangent section. Oh my gosh, and we're running a little low on time. We got like 30 minutes left. Or just about.
Yeah, sorry that I took it away from you. Go, have at it. Go crazy.
No, all good. So the next question that we have is more about economy and finance. How has the economy in your country affected your journey as a VTuber?
We've gone on so many tangents. I don't remember what was already discussed on the podcast or if this was before stream, but I am a full-time content creator, so I do this as my job. The person who keeps track of my finances really is my lovely wife, Peanut. So it hasn't impacted me too much. It's just been more of like, hey, here's your budget, and make do of it what you will, but like be aware that this is how much you have to do what you need to do. So like any gaming subscriptions, any new games that are coming out, art pieces, stuff that helps the stream, etc., just has to be accounted for. And it's not been too bad. It's just, I don't do the streaming thing to get money, get followers. I don't do that. I do it more to have fun, and to showcase games and ideas to people who might be having a bad day, because that was my main thing. Is like, I used to work in television, and after dealing with so much flack from the TV industry, I got really burnt out and depressed. Like, it was really bad. And I was like, I can't do that anymore. I don't want to be in that vein of entertainment anymore, because I couldn't talk about what I wanted to talk about. And so with streaming, VTubing, I can express myself freely. I can do what I want, and I can talk about the things that I want with people. And just like I said, overall have a good time and spread good vibes.
That's really good. I decided that I wanted to be a VTuber in the midst of the GPU apocalypse.
Oh. So you're like, I need this for the VTubing thing. It's like, oh no. How much does one cost?
Yeah, I got lucky, and I ended up finding a tower with an i9 and 3080 for $1,500. It was just extremely lucky. Best Buy had it, one left, it wasn't used. I was like, mine.
Hey, we take those. We take those wins.
And I also caught COVID twice when I wanted to begin VTubing, so there was that.
Oh.
So I was like, I want to make content, and my immune system was like, no, you don't. And what kind of sucks is like, it was like the end of COVID season, if there really is an end. And I was like, oh yeah, I think I'll be fine. I'm going to start being active again. And that's when I immediately caught it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I won't right now then. Nice.
I think we don't know if I got COVID, like right at the beginning of it, because I have for the past several years as of late, I've had like very bad allergy attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And so we thought it was just an allergy attack. But then like the doctor was like, oh, you're fine. It's only, I don't remember what he said it was. But he was like, you'll be fine. And then my mother-in-law, who's a nurse, was like, no, you're actually like really sick. So got treatment from there. But it's just like, I thankfully I've not had COVID, knock on wood.
I shall knock on wood. Well, that's good because the symptoms weren't as well. The worst symptom that I had was the fever. The fever was just the worst thing.
Yeah, I've heard that it's not a fun experience that you want to have, especially with you being it twice.
Yeah, for real. Like it was the second time wasn't as bad. I was just like more annoyed than anything. Mm-hmm. But the first time was just terrible. And it was like, I think a month after I got vaccinated. Because I did hear that the vaccination was just a miniature virus really, which makes sense because you have to be exposed to it to let your body build immunity.
Yeah.
But I think another thing I did was that I thought that it was okay to go traveling, so I went to a different state. And I'm not even kidding. As soon as I put my pinky toe into a different state, I caught it. I was just like, you know what? This is great. I've always wanted to be dying 3 days into the road trip. It's okay. Oh, so what is one achievement that you had in your journey of VTubing? Like one achievement that you're really proud of?
Honestly, the biggest achievement would probably just be like, you know, playing these indie games and a creator from the team who made the game will show up in chat and we'll have a discussion while I'm playing the game.
Ooh.
That's happened several times. I remember for the game Tesla Grad, it's like a electric puzzle kind of game. It's really short. Like you beat the game in like 4 to 5 hours. Mm-hmm. The composer for the game was in chat with me the entire time, and he was like, "Hey, if you listen to this track right here, you can hear me singing." And like we just sat there and listened to the whole soundtrack of him singing the entire time.
That's really cool.
But yeah, those that's like one of the major highlights. But that's like one of the major things that I like playing the indie games for is that because like we mentioned earlier, like if you go into a corporate stream, you're not gonna, or a big game stream, you're gonna see League of Legends, but like you're not gonna see any connection to that person or the team. But for an indie game, you're gonna have that chance to actually talk to the people that made it.
I've always wondered about the corporate VTubers because you can't really, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, you can't really talk really to the person in those chats because there's just so many people.
There's so many people, and then like if you do type a message and if they do read it out, it's gonna be like, blah, 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 you're gonna have a great time. Thank you, GrayCatCafe. And I'm like, I know you read it, but you didn't like read it, you know?
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah, and again, that's why I'm more fine with watching indies. Like, don't get me wrong, like, corpo VTubers, get that bank, have fun. but like indies, I appreciate y'all more.
Yeah, they're just way more fun. Like I could sit in one of my Matcha chats for like hours, but for like a really, really big person, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna pop in here, see what's going on, and bye.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it's more so like if I want to take inspiration, I'll look at a bigger VTuber. But I will support them, sure, but I'm not gonna be around for too long.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that like I'm not saying in corpos suck or anything. Not in the slightest. Not at all. They're very talented. They're very cool. But I feel like, and if you have a different opinion, feel free to like, you know. But I feel like when the whole purpose of streaming is to interact with your community.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't really do that, then you might as well just make YouTube videos or make YouTube VODs or something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I did have one person who like always commented on a YouTube VOD as if it was live, and I was just like, buddy, I love you, thank you for your support and watching all these VODs, but like this isn't live. If you want the live experience, I will give you the live experience.
So they were like making comments like quote unquote, I guess like you're sort of real time.
Well, what I do is that I would have the videos premiere on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So like as like 12 o'clock noon rolls around, the video is playing, but like it's not upload. Because have you ever done the premiere feature?
I have not. I heard that it's really cool.
So what it does is that like say that like I said, the video uploads at noon, and if you tune in at like 12:05, it's 5 minutes into the VOD. You can't technically go back and watch it from the very beginning, but like it's already playing automatically.
Yeah.
And so the VOD plays through the whole thing. So like the guy would always tune in to the premieres thinking that it was a live stream.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm just like, so, you know, I come back a few days later and I look at the comment section and he's like commented 20 times throughout the whole VOD. And I'm like, buddy, I love you, but like this comment spam, it's not bad, it's not good, but like I'm not there. I'm not here. Also, this VOD is from a stream 2 months ago.
Dang. Yeah, so at that point they might as well just, you know, watch your streams.
Yeah, so I'm just like, here's the stream link. I put it in every video, so go watch it.
It's like at least you're trying to be supportive. Like I appreciate it, but
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like, ugh, I love you. I'm trying.
what else is there? Let's see. What is one of your favorite projects that you worked on while being a VTuber? Like it could be your logo design, your new design, old design.
I would have to say the new design. For those who don't know, this is Gray 2. Gray 3 has already been teased. What's funny is that Gray 3 has been teased on Twitter, kind of by accident, because I told my artist, hey, like do whatever you want, and so she started uploading like videos of the process of it, and I'm like, wait, I didn't mean that, but it is what it is. So everyone on Twitter already knows, but no one on the other social media platforms, the myriad of them, don't know it yet. So just working, and I mean this also goes for like Gray 2, like making the premiere debut videos have always been a highlight, because I really love making those and watching people get excited for it.
That is really good. Those like the premiere videos are a really good way to hype people up.
Mm-hmm.
And what is a goal that you plan on having? Maybe a couple months from now. Like, do you plan on doing like a subathon, a donathon, or anything like that?
The one goal, I think I might have talked about it. If not, here's a little preview. Because like I don't know, like trying to do subathons, donathons personally for me, like for building funds for myself. I don't, like I said, I don't do this for the money. If the money happens, the money happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you give, it's out of the willingness. You know, if you subscribe, then I'll provide emotes for y'all if you do that. But it's not really me. So like the main goal that I'm gonna be shooting for, and I don't know if Okami Cafe is also gonna be part of this, is with Gamers Outreach in October. But if y'all don't know, that's a little charity for providing video games to kids in hospitals.
Oh, I did hear about Okimi's doing that too?
I think they are. I'm not sure if we are. I'd have to double check. But if they're not, then we should jump on the train.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's one thing I'm looking forward to. So, spoiler alert, that's coming in. It's gonna be the whole month of October. So yeah.
I knew that we just got through doing the charity event for
wildlife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one went pretty cool, so I'm sure that if we suggest another one that they'll be down for it. And we should definitely have a fat prop night collab. We should probably write that down, actually.
You know what? I'm down for prop night again. I just need to we just need to find more people. But if you're ever game to play, just shoot me a DM and I will schedule that out because I am down to play that game again.
It was really fun. Like I do have it in my Steam library, and I've played it before a couple times, and I was really into it. So yeah, I'm down for whatever. There's like the only games I probably won't play is I probably won't play Valorant. Everybody I know that plays League tells me not to play it.
Like the only games that like I tend to play a lot is the comfy games or party games like Played Up or Overcooked, something like that.
Oh, I love Overcooked. It's so memey.
Can you give me 1 second? I gotta deal with the birds right quick.
Okay. I love how the model just kind of, oh my gosh, I'm waving my cursor over their face like they can see it, but I love how their model is just kind of like asleep. Look at it.
Okay, I'm back.
Your model looked like it fell asleep. I was just like, I want to grab the model.
I mean, I could just do this if I have to go somewhere else right quick. Hold up.
A whole bed.
I mean, that's what I do. Oh, you couldn't even see it on the stream. It popped up for like a good 5 seconds for me, but like popped up for like a second for y'all.
I still saw it. I was like, dang, not even a sleeping bag. You brought your whole bed.
I brought my whole bed. I do that all the time whenever like I have to go take a phone call or whatever. Be like, hey, I'll be right back, y'all.
I'll be right back. How are the birds doing?
They're doing good. They're freaking out because the chickens are outside.
The chickens?
Yeah, I have chickens as well.
What the heck? Wait, do you live on a farm or a barn?
I live out in the middle of the country, pretty much.
I thought you were gonna say in the middle of nowhere, like that Courage the Cowardly Dog life.
I mean, I kind of do. It's just a matter of like, yeah, it's just there's so many chicken houses around where I live.
Yeah.
And so like, we have some personal chickens of our own, and they're out in the yard right now, and they're just staring at the birds.
Just glaring at them?
Yeah. It's like, what are those colorful chickens?
Look at all her damn chickens. Who said that? Oh, that's Gur from Invader Zim. That show was something else.
It was something else. It was a product of its time. I don't think you can release that in today's time.
Oh, there's no way. Like, I was surprised that they came out with the movie.
Not wrong, but I think that's just more of the nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, like, Peanut and I are watching Flapjack.
Oh, God.
And, like, watching it now, as an adult, I'm like, this is not for kids. Like, it is, like, I can only watch, like, 2 or so episodes before my brain starts to melt because it's so dumb. But at the same time, I'm like, the artwork is not for kids. Sometimes it gets a little too much.
Oh yeah, not at all. There's like Oh my god.
Like, I don't know if you've seen the Plague episode, but like it gets pretty gross.
Plague episode. Oh, I remember the. Yeah, I remember that one. That was like you've unlocked a memory that was in the back of my head.
Look, I do that all the time.
Because I was just like, wait a minute, what? But there was another. I was trying to think. That's why I got silent for a little bit. There was like another episode that was also pretty weird. I can't even think of it. They were talking about like Candy Island or something like that. They talk about that every episode. That wasn't.
That's every episode. That's the main plot. Listen. I grew up on loving Billy and Mandy, and that probably would explain some things about my mental health.
Dude, that show was also not for. None of the shows we watched were for kids, really.
Like anything that came out between like 2005 to 2012 on Cartoon Network and everything else was just like it's so experimental on like how far can we push children's television before we get called out for it.
I agree. That's definitely what they were doing because there's no way. And I think they like really chilled out, but then the cartoons nowadays aren't really. I don't know. They're just not as great anymore.
I mean, I don't have cable, so I can't speak for anything. I rely on streaming services.
I do too.
To get my content. But yeah, no, like just trying to think of everything that's coming out, like because I wouldn't even consider Steven Universe like the newest generation, because that was like when I was in late high school, college, so it doesn't count. I can't think of anything within like since I've graduated college. What has come out since then?
Well, the new Powerpuff Girls when they made it weird.
Oh, that. Oh god. Yeah, there was that. That was interesting. I wasn't a fan of that one.
Because they added a new Powerpuff Girl and she
Did
was
they?
like, yeah, they added a fourth one. I think Blaze, what's her name? Something. It started with the B. Of course it started with the B, but
You know what? If I look up for Powerpuff.
yeah, she's like dark skin and purple and she's kind of tall. But she's taller than the other girls.
Oh, wait, is this for real? Is this Bliss?
Bliss, yeah.
You know what? I'm down. Okay, for a second, I thought you meant Bunny from like the 90s one.
Oh, no.
I was like, did you mean Bunny came back? But no, okay, I see Bliss. You know what? Is she supposed to be older than them?
Yeah.
Oh. Well then, I didn't know this. This is new to me.
Yeah, so there's that, and when you were in like high school, college-y, did you watch a lot of YouTubers that did like a get ready for me and stuff like that? Get ready for school and whatever?
No.
And well, there's a YouTuber from back in that era that actually voices her.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Her name is Wenji.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she's Blitz is like has an Aussie accent. Cause Wenji's from Australia.
No, I think I don't like because I graduated in 2017, so like animated shows playing now. All I can think of is the best current animated series. Okay, Rick and Morty, Bob's Burgers, South Park, Simpsons. Okay, can I have like something that's on Cartoon Network or something, not on Fox? Like almost all this is on Fox or Netflix. Or it's definitely not for kids. Okay, Craig of the Creek. I know that one came out in 2017. Yeah, I liked that one. Like from what I could watch.
What did you say it was called?
Craig of the Creek.
Craig of the Creek. It's images. Oh, I haven't watched this one.
Oh, Owl House. Owl House was fantastic.
Owl House was great. I need to watch the rest of the current season that I'm on. I love Owl House, and I love Hilda. Hilda's on Netflix though.
Yeah, Hilda's on Netflix, and I know that like Owl House was originally on Disney, and Disney just like had a conniption because I mean they said that because our main demographic, this doesn't like pertain to our main demographic. They didn't like that.
Yeah.
They were like, there's not enough kids watching this, and we can't make merchandise. I'm like, if you made merchandise, you can get every like person my age and the next generation below me to buy so much of that merch. 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I would buy it.
Like I would buy Gravity Falls merch too. That was another good one.
Gravity Falls was really good.
Like I slept on that show when it first came out, but then like, seeing clips on TikTok and YouTube, I was like, I just need to buy this show. So I just bought it straight up and watched the whole series in like a week.
Yeah, those shows were like way ahead of their time.
Yeah, think, just underneath corporate Disney overlords, sadly.
Yeah, for real. I think Gravity Falls is what got me into watching like theory videos and stuff.
What, like the hour-long, 2-hour-long like documentary pieces?
Yeah.
I feel that. It's like I won't have time to watch an episode or a movie. Sits down with a bowl of cereal to watch a 2-hour-long documentary on YouTube, bit by bit.
Yeah, because that's where all the entertainment was, really. I'm trying to think of like what other shows were great.
It wasn't great, but like, we recently just finished watching the 20 or it might be 2008, 2012. Hold up. Oh, it was in 2011. The Thundercats reboot.
Oh, there's She-Ra. She-Ra was a really good reboot.
Oh, She-Ra was good. I like She-Ra.
That was really good. I was actually pretty impressed by that one. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, queens.
Voltron was good too, except till the last season.
I didn't even make it to the last season. Voltron was like so long.
It was pretty long, but it's just like once you get to that last season, it was like, oh, okay, this is a weird way to wrap up your story. But I mean, we talked about this one. Obviously, the best one of children's animated television, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, definitely. You were 100% right on that. That show was great. That show had everything that I loved in the shows.
I mean, it's impacted everyone so much, and like everyone has their story of I can't miss the next episode.
Yeah.
Because like I know for one, my mom got mad at me because we were on vacation to Disney World, and I was insistent. I was like, I have to get back to the hotel to watch the new episode of Avatar. My mom was like, we're at Disney World. You're going to be enjoying Disney. I'm like, no, I want Avatar.
No, I want Avatar.
So we left Disney World early to get back to the hotel on time and have dinner and all that, so I could watch a 30-minute episode of a kid's cartoon. And the same goes for my wife. She had the same exact thing. She was like, no, we're at Disney World, but I want to watch Avatar instead.
You're at this whole other place and it's like, no, Disney World. Priorities.
But I didn't have as much love for Korra, but like I still like tuned in when I could until like Nickelodeon pulled the plug on that one and put it on their website.
Yeah, same. I also didn't like Korra as much as Avatar. I just think that they tried to go like let's try to be more relatable type of route, like relatable to the audience, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, like Korra, I know there's a lot of Korra love and Korra hate, and like I don't hate it. It's just I didn't really connect with a lot of the characters. Plus, just the villains, I really think were like some of them were really good, but then having a villain of the season thing kind of ruined it for me.
Oh yeah, because they didn't give a lot of backstory and stuff, and they didn't invest much into their personalities.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, by the way, Avatar: Last Airbender, your main bad guy lasted for 3 seasons, and he's like the big bad, and then it's over. But then Korra's like, all right, new villain of the season. What do we got? Like, I think the only one that I really liked was the first one was Amon.
Yeah, I agree.
And like that was so good. And then like after that, I don't remember the second one's name. I remember what they looked like and what they were about. The second one was about religion. The third one was about them he was like an airbender randomly. And then the last one was Kuvira. And I remember that one because she just had the giant death laser with a mech, which made that was the other thing too. Is like the technology curve in Korra was like, by the way, it's only been like 60 years and we have cars and giant mechs. And I'm like, I get it. Technology boom exists, but it shouldn't jump that much.
They said we have the industrial and technological revolution.
I know everything just happened all at once. But yeah, that was the thing. It's like that was also like during that time of like experimental television that like our generation connected with.
And they also added a bunch of love triangles and
Oh
squares.
yeah. Like that was the thing. It was like Korra just tried so hard to be a subplot love story, and I'm like, I don't care. Like it happened in Aang's story, kind of like somewhat reasonably so at a slower pace. It was a slow burn. It still happened.
Yeah, they didn't make that the focus though, which I think that was the difference. Korra's kind of happened out of nowhere though, because I didn't see any like I don't know, they weren't really connecting, at least not to me, enough to like for her to like the dude that much.
Yeah, it was just like, oh yeah, I just like because he's pretty, and then like I don't think Bolin got any love at any point.
He did not.
It was all Mako, and then at the very end, Asami.
Yeah, but I will say when they introduced Asami, I was like, oh.
Listen. I will also admit that one, and back to Mononoke, like seeing Ashitaka and San, I was like, something awakened in me, and I'm like, wait, you're both pretty.
Like, wait a minute.
Like I know that was like some like fan fiction stuff growing up. I was like, man, I just want to be with both of you. You guys are so pretty.
I was really like, oh my gosh, what is this? But then again, I think that not Ahsoka. I think that when I watched Korra, the same thing I imagine. It's like the first time I saw Shigo from Kim Possible.
Listen, Shigo was another one. There's just so many. Like there's Shigo. Like the thing is where like is people were like, were you a Raven or a Starfire?
Yes, I remember that.
Or again, were you a Kim Possible or were you a Shigo?
Yeah, I wasn't. Oh my gosh, I wasn't. I was a Kim Possible at first, but then like they showed that one episode where Shigo was wearing the dress, and I was like, oh well.
Yeah, it's like, man, I'm gonna switch sides. It's all good.
I am not loyal, and you know I'm okay with that.
Oh, and then the other one with Starfire and Raven, there was like, oh, but we're gonna add in the extra one, Blackfire.
Yes. I mean, they did add Terra, and I was like, oh, Terra's okay. She's not.
Terra's okay, but like she ain't all that.
She ain't Blackfire. Because I think for the longest I was Starfire, but then they had like a backstory episode with Raven.
I mean, they had a whole like arc with. They had like a whole like season story arc with Raven though.
They did. They had like because I think
They
the
went
one
crazy with her.
Yeah, I think it was like one of the episodes where she started to just randomly lose control of her powers, and she almost just murked somebody. And I was like, oh, well, that's new.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, cool. So what's your backstory? Oh, so you're the spawn of Satan, and Slade is dead, and Tara's dead. Tara had her memories erased, which was very sad, and it's just like it had so much extra stuff near the end of Teen Titans, and it was a lot for. I mean, that's another show growing up of like shaping who we are today.
Those shows raised us, man.
Listen, a lot of these shows also just like awakened a lot of stuff in us.
These shows were like, look, we're gonna put you guys through something, okay? And you're gonna kind of deal with it.
I mean, yes. Then you also have like, hey, by the way, we're gonna like cause you to become degenerates with shows like Totally Spies.
Oh my god, that show. And it's like, oh, because people always did wonder, like, oh my gosh, everybody's like in the LGBTQA community now, and nothing's right. Have you seen these kid shows we've been watching?
So someone came out with a video of like, here's why Totally Spies messed up your adolescent mind. And like, it's just a show showcasing every kind of possible like kink. And I'm like, excuse me, what?
What?
Like, apparently Totally Spies just had so much innuendo in it. Growing up, I just never thought about it. Of course, now I don't even remember the characters' names.
I'm gonna have to like go back and actually take a look at it.
Okay, but who did you prefer more, Alex, Sam, or Clover?
I don't even know that because they're like so different. Like, if you were to ask me like way back then, I would say probably Sam.
I'd be an Alex or Clover. I couldn't do Sam.
Right now, I'd probably be Clover.
Look, any character that had like, you know, growing up with darker skin, I just didn't have a lot of like cartoon characters or live action people to like look up to. So whenever there was a character with darker skin, I'm like, I love you. We're gonna be friends.
We're gonna be friends. What other characters? I always, personality-wise, I always go for like the blonde person for what, which is the complete opposite of how I look. But I would always go for like, well, I guess except for Winx Club. For Winx Club, I'll go with Layla. I know her name was changed to Aisha in later seasons, but
oh yeah, like
I don't even know what that was about.
Growing up, because obviously LGBTQ trans person here, and growing up, I didn't really associate with a lot of like air quote boy stuff. So like when they brought over Winx Club, and you remember the show Witch?
I love Witch.
Like that theme song fucking sent me. I'm sorry if you don't allow swearing, but like that theme song sent me. I love that song. I love the books.
I swear
I had to ask. It's okay. I just want to make sure. I was like, it flipped out. And I was like, man, I'm sorry. I don't know if you prefer it comfy here. But yeah, no, like I had to ask my stepmom to buy me from the Scholastic Book Fair. I was like, can I please have $20 to just get the first 6 books, please? I beg you. I want them so bad. And she didn't question it. She was cool with it. But like my dad, when he found the books, he's like, why do you have these books? I'm like, my friend left them here.
Oh no.
Like my friend from then on was like kind of looked at weird by my dad. But I mean, Witch was like one of those shows where I was like, man, I love all these characters. I love this.
They just had such good characters. I loved Hey Lynn when I first saw her.
Mm-hmm.
And who was oh yeah, I said Layla, but what about the first generation, like before Layla? Before Layla, it was Flora. Flora was always my favorite. She's like the pink one. Well, that's not specific.
I have to remember like all the characters from this because the other thing too is like when I typed in witch, it gave me the live action show that came out.
There was a live action show that came out?
Yeah, it was a live action. It was like super dark and like unnecessarily like edgy.
What? Hold on, I have to look it up.
Which like I forgot. I think it was you know, like the CW just like takes all of these child properties and like tries to make them edgy.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Fate the Witch Saga. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not the best, but like that came out, and you know, there's obviously Riverdale. They were trying to do Sabrina. Yeah, they were trying to do Powerpuff Girls, but that one got canned because people made such a fit about it.
I mean, those are like little kids, so that's.
Well, they were supposed to be in high school. Like they were gonna change it to where they were in high school, and like we gave up the life of superheroes because like it was just too stressful as kids, and now that's given us trauma, and now we're living our high school lives with high school trauma on top of that.
Oh my gosh! So this, what?
It was something. Like they were really trying hard to make it work. Like Bubbles was supposed to be like the preppy cheerleader. Blossom was supposed to be the nerd valedictorian, and Buttercup was supposed to be like the angsty kid who skipped class, went to the mall and such.
That kind of reminds me of the Bratz live action. I actually kind of like that one.
Oh, there was a Bratz live action?
Yeah. It was actually pretty cool because I know like in the Bratz series and in the movies, you can look at the girls and you can tell that they were each a different ethnicity, but they never really said what until the live action.
Oh, I remember this.
Like they were like, yeah, Sasha's African American. I didn't know that yet if Yasmin was Latina or not, but then they kind of confirmed that she was. And then Jade was Asian. They didn't say what type of Asian. They just knew she was in the Asian household. But
yeah, they were like, just generic Asian character.
They really did make her but she kind of always was like that. She always was the one like, here goes the like latest design and whatever. But they just made her a straight Asian in the movie.
I mean, there's the other like thing. Growing up, really liked Monster High as well.
I love Monster High. Monster High and what was it? Ever After High.
I barely remember Ever After. What was that one again?
It's like the same thing as Monster High, but they were all storybook and stuff.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, this one I didn't get into as much, but definitely Monster High, just because I was like, monsters, monster girls. This is still fine by me.
Yeah.
And then I like the figures. I like the dolls.
They were really
cute.
But
I'm not gonna pay like what, $50-$60 for it.
The dolls were $50-$60?
I'm pretty sure. Like,
I'm not surprised.
You know what? I'm Monster High dolls. All right, so a typical Monster High doll. Give me, let me see Draculaura, right? With pet and accessories. Where to buy? Okay, they're $16, but that's still like for a kid who doesn't have expendable income to try to buy.
They probably have like some limited edition or something ones that are still probably 60.
Yeah, and like I said, being a boy raised in the American South, was not seen as like appropriate to buy. It's like, here you go, you should play with some Hot Wheels or some Tonka toys, and I'm like, I don't like cars. I mean, it should have been more evident when I was in drama class and I quickly volunteered to play a character who constantly swapped gender roles in the whole play. And at the very end with like an address.
You're like gender roles where?
Yeah, I was like, I'll just flip-flop between the two, because it wasn't like called for the script to flip-flop between gender roles. It just said the character could be male or female. So I was like, I'm just gonna flip-flop between the two. Why not? My drama teacher was like, sure, if that's how you interpret it. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, at least they allowed you to do that, because I know some people will find it questionable because they have no taste.
Yeah, fair enough. No, it was I forgot what the play was called, but I was in high school, and it was a murder mystery.
That sounds fun.
It was a comedy murder mystery. And my character was supposed to be a comic book enthusiast. So the script called for the character to be in different costumes all the time.
Mhm.
So I had to make, since I was already doing cosplay, I was just like, well, I'll just bring my cosplay. So I already knew how the outfits worked and moved around, so I just wore my cosplay the entire time until the very end, where I just came in and I bought I went to a thrift store and I bought a prom dress that was on sale, and the old women at the counter were like, "Oh, are you getting this for like your date?" And I'm like, "Yes, for my date."
Right.
It was really pretty, and it sucks that I couldn't like restore it, because like the final scene called for me to fall into cake. So it got cake smeared on it for 3 days. And in a previous scene, someone had spilt sweet tea on the stage, and I didn't know it was there. So when I fell on the cake, I like this white dress just turned sopping brown with all the tea.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, well, this dress is completely ruined, because like maybe I could restore it with the cake bits, but like I can't restore it when it's got stained brown.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's okay.
Did you have a funeral for the dress?
I burned it.
Oh.
I had to, because like the thing reeked of cake, tea, and BO. Because like I couldn't clean it too well, and where we were doing performances was like this very old theater building in the middle of downtown. So like this building was 100 years old, and was in a corner in the room, and it was just very damp in there, so it did not survive 3 days.
Sad. So sad. Oh my gosh, I would have probably cried, actually.
Oh no, I was super upset about it, but like I said, there was no way I was restoring that thing. It was dead.
Oh man, I'm sad. Oh gosh, especially because dresses are expensive.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I went to a thrift store first of all to get it. I still paid like $100 for it. Like, it was still pretty expensive. But I was able to skirt by asking the drama teacher, hey, can I like, do we have a budget? She was like, no, we don't really have a budget. I'm like, what if I bring like tailored outfits to this thing? And she's like, all right, I'll give you $100 budget. So I used my whole budget on the one dress. I'm like, I already had the rest of the outfits. Joke's on you. But
it's on you.
But yeah, I spent it all on that.
Dang. Is your interest in cosplay is what kind of sort of steered you into VTubing? Because it seemed like you were already into everything before you even thought about VTubing.
Yeah, like I really had a passion for cosplay. When I went to my very first convention, I made a Roy Mustang outfit. And that won. It was nice. It won best manga outfit at the venue. And from there, it's just kind of evolved. Got put in some magazines, and from there it's just, been forming more of my identity, as well as like, a subtle way to come out to my parents. Hey, by the way, I am not okay in the body of a boy. Hence, I am cosplaying more female characters here. And yeah, it like came to a T when I showed them my VTuber model. They're like, "Why is your VTuber model so feminine?" I'm like, "I'm gonna be real with you here. Let me just lay it out on the table for you." And there we go. Yeah, that's why Gray has been like evolving, because if you'll permit me, I can show you Gray 1. Let me
go right ahead.
So here's Gray 1. You know, it's like it's not too feminine, but like it's androgynous. I don't know if it'll pop, if it's popped up yet for you.
Let me see if it popped up on. Oh no, not yet. It's still loading. Depends.
Okay. But yeah, this was more androgynous and it was nice, but I was like, I kind of want to like go deeper. So it's just why we had Gray 2. Did I not code this one? I did not code this one to go back. I gotta find it again. And for those who've seen Gray 3, that's why Gray 3 looks a lot more feminine. And yeah.
I think on Gray 3, the one thing that popped out, I'm doing this as if you can see my cursor, but I'm trying to point out your hair accessories. They're so shiny. I was like, shiny.
Yeah, I wanted to add more like feminine features to better express of how I feel about myself and what I want to be seen as. So yeah, cosplay has played a good part in VTubing.
Oh, mine was just my obsession with video games and anime all my life.
Hey, you know what? That's also good.
Because I was like, wait, are you telling me that I can actually be an anime girl IRL? Say less.
Exactly.
But it was do you have any experiences that made you go with certain design traits? Like, well, I know you already said like the cat thing, but what about your color scheme?
Honestly, I just wanted to go with a you know, my big brain thought that they were a red cat. But, you know, I wanted to do red hair. I had red hair because technically my dad is he's white, he's got red hair, but my mom is Hispanic. So I got all of her genes instead. But when I was younger, my hair was actually a light shade of red. But as time went by, being out in the sun more often and just mom's genetics took over, I lost the red hair. And so I wanted to try to go back to it. And when I graduated college, I dyed my hair red for a little bit. And, you know, I liked it. So we went with the red hair aesthetic. And then we went with, you know, the color scheme of cafe earthy tones, you know, being black, gray, brown, etc. And it just goes with the red really well.
Yeah. I just like, I don't even think I have a story behind my color. Well, my character was born from the Fox constellation, so I just have like galaxy and constellation patterns in the palette.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I wanted to go, for 1 second, I wanted to go like Genshin mode and be like, oh yeah, the amount of stars in my hair means something, but I'm like, nah, I'm not coming up with all that.
I mean, I'm real with you too. The lore, like everyone's like, Gray, what's your lore? Do you have any cool lore? I'm like, my name is Gray. I'm a cat. And I have a cafe. I'm done. I am not elaborating. Like, not me having an elaborate backstory for original Gray, and then I scraped it all.
Oh dang, what made you do that?
I can find you. I'll share the picture with you on Discord. But like, oh, where is it at? Because look, we had two options for Gray. Either we were going to do Cat Girl, or we were going to do. So are you ready for cosplay?
I am ready for cosplay.
So either we're gonna do Cat Girl, or we were going to do punk androgyny.
Those are like kind of opposite, aren't they?
Yeah, so like I gave you the picture on Discord.
Waiting on it to load. Is my other computer still downloading the VOD? Yeah, you are. Wow.
Oh wait, I put that in the wrong chat. I gave that some picture to somebody else.
Oh, I was like, it shouldn't take this long to load.
All right, let's try that again.
That's one of your cosplays?
Yeah.
That's really good. Oh my god, I know those shoes were expensive.
I actually got them on sale for like $30.
Are you kidding?
I was like so happy I saw them. I was like, I have to have these.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so like I had an elaborate backstory for Punk Gray, and that was gonna be like the basis I was gonna be based off of this. But I'm like, bro, that's too much. I just want to be comfy vibes. I don't want to be punk. I don't want to have to keep up the punk vibes the entire time. So we're just gonna go with comfy vibes and have a good time.
That's really good. Oh my gosh, that's so that looks so good. Did you how long ago was that?
That was 2019. I have not cosplayed since then.
Do you still own those fishnets, or are they ripped?
Oh, I have not gotten rid of anything. Like the only thing I think I've gotten rid of is the I don't know the word for it. The sweater thing. The no sleeve sweater.
Vest?
Yeah, because my head got too big. I can't fit my head through the head hole anymore, and they don't sell these things. They don't sell the outfit anymore, the shirt.
Aww.
But yeah, no, I have kept pretty much everything except that shirt, just because they're comfy clothes, and as I said, like trying to embrace more androgyny / feminine when I go out in public. So like this outfit was so nice to wear. Like I just walked into Starbucks because we got some drinks to pose with, and like just the euphoria of having this outfit and being seen as that was so nice. That's
cool. That is always a good feeling though.
Like when you have that outfit that just like makes you feel so nice, it speaks volumes.
Oh my gosh. It is. I have like, there's a couple of times where I just wore an outfit. I like wearing outfits with my natural hair because I have very fluffy curly hair and I always get so many compliments on it. Because I had locks. I had dreadlocks for like 12 years.
Yeah.
And then I did a big chop, and now my hair is all fluffy and curly and nice. But it's a lot of work though.
I don't think I have a picture with like my actual hair. Oh no, I do. I have this one. I'll share with you this one as well. Wait. Like that one was nice. That one had my actual hair with it. And again, I would try to get my hair longer than that, but I just couldn't.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that you were trying to grow your hair out longer. Is it that your hair looks really good, but is it that your hair sheds? You have breakage, or?
It just shed. I just shed a lot, like a cat. That's why we came up with the.
You were not kidding
motif.
about that. So since we're about at that time where you probably have to leave, so we're gonna go on with our closing questions. The first closing question is, what tip would you give to newbies that are trying to get into VTubing?
I would say that like have fun. That's the main thing, right? Like I know some people are in this to make money, gain fame, notoriety, famous, whatever you want to do. But I feel that is short-lived fame, and it's not going to be satisfying in the long run, because I just like having, a good time and just, have fun. Don't pick the big games to play. Like, pick something that you enjoy. It might not be a lot of viewership, because you know I play indie games, and some days I'll have like 2 viewers, but then I'll play indie game another day and there'll be like 20. So like just find your niche, have fun, and just overall just enjoy the time that you have to do this hobby.
And our last question is, since this is going to be on a VOD on a YouTube channel later on, if what message do you have for the Gray, like in the future, like maybe a year or so from now, watching the VOD?
Keep doing what you love. Keep having fun. Don't get too caught up in the world, and enjoy life, because life's short. Have fun.
And how many more movies do you think you will watch at that time?
Every time we go to the store, we go to Walmart, we go to Barnes and Noble, whatever, I come away with at least an extra movie in my library.
Do you have like a giant shelf like in your room, a bookshelf with a bunch of movies? Oh my gosh, how tall is it?
Right now my office has 3 bookshelves. They are packed to the brim with manga, but the movie shelf in the living room is as tall as me. I'm 6 foot, and it's filled to the brim with movies as well as anime series.
You're 6 foot?
Yeah.
I'm like 5'4".
I am a very tall cat. Everyone gets confused by that. They're like, you're like short, right? I'm like, no. The past boy me got 6 footness from sports and whatnot.
You've been eating your Wheaties.
I have been.
I'm just I guess 5'4" is technically average height. Maybe?
I'm not sure. It's like 5'4", 5'5". It's around that.
I'm just an average light-skinned girl.
But yeah, everyone who's like ever associated with me, like, they're like, we'll do a collab. They'll be like, okay, how much taller do I need to put you on the collab thing? I'm like, I'm gonna agree with you, Chief. I'm probably taller than you. I'm gonna be that 6 foot older sister girl vibes. Like, that's pretty much what's gonna be. Because like I'm also 28. So like everyone thinks that I'm younger. I'm like, no, I'm actually like almost 30. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
I mean, you only have a year off of me.
At least that's the other thing too, is like, don't let age stop you. Like, have fun, but like, just because you turn 30 doesn't mean that you can't be a VTuber.
I feel like 30-year-olds are the only ones who can afford to be a VTuber.
That's the thing too, is like, I've had some people be like, you're 28 and you're still doing VTubing. I'm like, buddy, I could not. Do you think I could afford this in college? I was surviving on instant mashed potatoes and ramen noodles for like majority of college. I'm just glad that I'm glad that I had the money and the time to afford to do this, and I'm happy about that.
Honestly, same. But for those people that don't need a 9-to-5 to do this, and congratulations on you. You're one of the lucky ones. Gosh. Well, all right, that's gonna conclude our podcast for today, because I think you got like 5 minutes before you have to go to your I have to go make lunch. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. We are gonna see you guys next time, but this is where we're gonna end it off. Bye.